Hey, what's going on, guys? Norsky here. Now, I'm sure you guys already know what the topic of this video is, just by glancing at the title, and that is the next Battlefield game for 2018. Now, at this point in time, Battlefield 1 has been out for just about a year, and we still have the upcoming releases of DLC 3 and DLC 4. So you might ask, why would I already be talking about Battlefield 2018 already? Well, if you think about it, we're only about a year away from the next Battlefield game releasing, so I figured why not start up a discussion now. With the overall success of Battlefield 1, we can almost assume that DICE and EA will probably stick with a game that takes place in the past instead of the future. And personally, I would prefer another game that takes place in the past. Many people are guessing that the next Battlefield game will either take place during World War II or the Vietnam War. If I were to guess on what EA and DICE might do next, I would probably say they're going to go in the World War II direction. It would make complete sense if they were going to go in that direction, because after making a game all about World War I, chronologically a game about World War II just makes sense. You can also make a case for them not making a game about World War II because of Call of Duty World War II coming out next month, but that's when you have to take in the fact that DICE has been working and developing on the next Battlefield game for practically a year at this point. Which means at this point in development, they have to stick to their guns on what they've been working on. Now, if Battlefield 2018 is all about World War II, I would be 100% okay with that, because there's so many ways they could go with a game about World War II. Just think about all the different guns, weapons, vehicles, planes, and ships, along with so many other things that they could have in this game. I know for a fact that EA and DICE could easily make the most immersive World War II game ever created. I know if the next Battlefield game is about World War II, we won't be disappointed. This war had so many people and countries involved in it that it's crazy. If they do go this route, I would be most excited for the guns. Just think, we would probably have the Thompson, the MP40, the Kar 98K, the M1 Garand, and the PPSH, and I could keep going, but I'm not gonna. This war had so many powerful weapons. We would also have a few new nations involved. Of course, there would be the United States, Germany, and the Soviet Union. But we'd also have Japan, the United Kingdom, and France, just to name a few. Another route EA and DICE could take is doing a game about the Vietnam War. Personally, this is the game I would want most, mainly because the Vietnam War is rarely covered. When it comes to first-person shooters, it's generally about World War II, or modern day, or the future. So if they made a game about the Vietnam War, it would make for a nice change of pace. Obviously, this route would not make as much sense because there probably wouldn't be a ton of interest outside of the United States. World War II would generate interest worldwide because it affected so many more people and countries. You do have to consider that EA and DICE did make a Vietnam game all the way back in 2004 titled Battlefield Vietnam, so it's not impossible for them to make a Vietnam game. It's just very unlikely that DICE and EA will make a game with the setting about Vietnam at this point in time. What about this? Will EA and DICE go back to modern times / slight future? I really think this would be the least likely route that they'll take, just because they have covered this period so much already. And I think the majority of Battlefield fans would want to stay in the past at this point in time. Me personally, I've never really gotten into the modern / futuristic games as much because it's not real and it's not based on true history. I think that's why I tend to prefer games based in the past and based on real events and conflicts. I'm really hoping they stay far away from the modern and futuristic setting, that's all I'm going to say. The last route that DICE and EA could take, and this one would be pretty interesting, and that is the Cold War. This war spanned such a long time. In fact, it spanned over 40 years, starting in 1947 and ending in 1991. Honestly, this route is probably more unlikely to happen than a futuristic setting game is. The Cold War setting would definitely make for an interesting setting. In all reality though, we probably won't have any ideas or clues about Battlefield's next title until probably April of 2018. So, say about 6 months from now, and we should have a decent idea about the next installment in the Battlefield series. In my opinion, as of right now, it's likely going to be about World War II, which would be amazing, because like I said earlier, there's so much history that they could touch on. Along with all of the different landscapes of maps that we could have and weapons, it's basically World War I, only with better technology and weapons, and more people involved. What kind of setting would you guys want to see for next year's Battlefield game? I'm really curious to hear your opinions. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, and also feel free to subscribe if you're new to my channel. Thanks again guys, and I'll catch you later.